Hey everybody, Tokusa here and welcome back to another My Hero Ultra Impact video. So some pretty fun news to talk about. Or it's not news, it's more of like my thoughts and guesses. But third anniversary for JP is right around the corner, right? We had both of them come either the end of May or beginning of June. I think Celebrations Deku and Ochako came out June 1st. And then Fantasy, Deku, and Bakugo came out like May 26th, I want to say. Either way, end of May, beginning of June. So we got about 20 days of the time of this recording until we get a new Impact Fest unit, if they follow suit. So, big character coming out, right? Third JP anniversary. This character is probably going to be meta-defining and very good. So I just kind of wanted to put up my thoughts and opinions of who I think it's going to be. So, yeah, without further ado, let's hop in and start from the beginning. So the first thing I did was write down all the fantasy characters we got and all the celebration characters we got. Now, I could be missing somebody. I did go through the list briefly, so I definitely could have missed somebody, but let me know down below if I did. But for the fantasy characters, I got Deku, Bakugo, Todoroki, Ochako, Ida, Sue, Kirishima, Jiro, Kaminari, and Aizawa. And then celebration characters, we got Deku, Bakugo, Ochako, Todoroki, and Momo being the newest like Impact Fest addition to the game, which is cool. I mean, Todoroki came after, but I mean like literally a brand new like character that wasn't like a previous like Impact Fest unit, right? Like Todoroki was on both, so thought that was a pretty cool addition to the game. Either way, the main thing I wanted to bring up here was fantasy characters. There were 10 of them, and then we only got 5 celebration characters, right? So I mean, just like that ratio right there, fantasy characters were definitely like heavily favored in terms of just the release schedule, I guess you could say. So there's 2 things that came into my mind that for the reasoning behind that. One, maybe the game was doing a lot better back then, so they had, I don't know, they're making more income, so they had the better budget just to keep flushing out characters. I could definitely see that being a reason. Or 2, which is what I'm starting to lean towards more now, is just that the rate of that they were releasing characters was too much for the average player, right? Because most people that play, I mean, it's hard to say for gacha games, so I'm just kind of pulling this out of like air, just out of my own thoughts and opinions. But I would assume most people are either free to play or light spending, like pretty damn light spending, right? And when you drop 10 premier releases, right? Impact Fest characters are premier releases. And yeah, you drop 10 in a single year, it's pretty hefty. It's very difficult, especially being free to play or just even a light spender, to obtain these characters, right? Because pity is not very easy to obtain. 300 pity is definitely what they all were, I believe, for the fantasy characters of time of release, is daunting. And yeah, sometimes you're just not going to win over the gacha gods, right? You're gonna lose pity. So there's probably a bunch of you out there that don't have every character, including myself. I even spend a little bit more than I would say quite a bit more than the average player, and I don't have all of them, right? So I think 10 releases was too hefty on the average player base. So I think for Celebration, they purposely spread it out, right? They chose 5 characters, all very popular characters. I like that Momo was included into it. I think she's definitely worthy of being a Impact Fest character. And yeah, they just decided to go with 5 characters. Now, are they going to continue the celebration characters for the 3rd anniversary? I guess that's kind of what we're discussing. And overall, I'm actually starting to lean towards no. And I'll get into it on why I think that, but I just feel like they're ready for a change, and I'll show you who I think they're going to change it to in just a second. But let's stick on the thought process that it is going to do celebrations. They're going to do another year of celebration, so it takes 2 years to drop 10 new units, and they're going to stay on the celebration like route. So out of that, we're going to go through all the memories that I found. I'm probably missing some that I think it could potentially be, and then just go on from there, right? So the first one here is the SR memory. I'm sure many of y'all have seen this memory 500 times during your celebration summons. Pink Pants Aizawa, or the memory Persistent Tenacity. Aizawa is definitely in contention for, if they continue the celebrations route, number 1 or 2. I would actually argue the number 2 choice right now. Honestly, maybe 3. And I'll get to who I think should be ahead of him, but in terms of how they're thinking, he's probably number 2. Aizawa. Very popular character, very broken quirk, right? Very easy to implement a good version of him to the game. Just liked amongst most like My Hero like enjoyers out there. It's a very wise choice, right? You can make Aizawa very, very good too. He would definitely be Impact Fest worthy. a no-brainer, right? I could definitely see this being a good choice, especially them just releasing Hawks, right? They need another good pro hero. I believe Aizawa counts. I know he's a teacher, but I think he also counts underneath the pro hero tag, so could definitely see that being a very good choice. But yeah, that's definitely one of them. And yeah, we already got a Bakugo, we already got a Todoroki. I'm not gonna talk about this too long because I know we're not gonna get them. If I could fund them to push towards a Tokoyami, I would, man. Well, if I had the money to do that. But going by the release schedule of Tokoyamis, we got one at the beginning of the game, and then we got one about 3 months ago or something like that. We're not going to get a Tokoyami till the 6th year, if the game's even kicking by then. So, unfortunately to me and my other 12 Tokoyami fans out there, unfortunately, Celebrations Tokoyami's not looking like it. As much as I would love that more than anything, I just don't see it happening. His kit, too, would be hard to make, like, Impact Fest worthy, I would think, right? He's got Piercing Shot, he's got the double attack. You could give it Bullseye, so he's kind of like Lady Nagant. That would be crazy. Maybe give him some Agile, because he is pretty quick when he has Dark Shadow on him. And he can fly a bit, right? So, I don't know. Maybe you could make that character work, but all in all, Aizawa for sure, if they continue the Celebration route. Tokoyami, my goat. Unfortunately, you and I are going to have to, we're probably not going to get the golden treatment, so going to move on from that. So Aizawa, definitely for sure. Next is Strong Battle Formation. So Momo, of course, we have gotten. So these other four, as cool as this would be, Ioma, Koda, Shoji, and Toru. I just don't see it. Unfortunately, we did just get a Shoji, so that was pretty cool. Nice to see some of that as a representation. But the other three, we have not gotten in this game, I believe. We haven't gotten Ioma, right? There's no way. And yeah, Toru, no. Koda, no. Are they gonna drop them as a celebration or an Impact Fest unit right off the bat? No shot. Unfortunately, to the fans of those characters, I just don't see it, unfortunately. I think they're cool. I really like Koda. It's just, yeah, I just don't think they have the sales power that a company like Bandai would be looking for, and Shoji as well. I could see them getting UR releases in the near future. I would hope, anyways, that would be lovely. But yeah, in terms of these characters, I just don't see it. Next is Rat in the Trap. So we have, who's this? Oh my goodness. Sato, or I just say Sugar Rush. This would be cool. Once again, kind of in the same boat as the others. I just don't see it, unfortunately. Sales power. They could definitely do a good DPS unit with him, though, right? Like, because out of the Celebration characters, none of them are just like a pure DPS. So, Sugar Rush here, that would be huge. I feel like they could definitely do that. So, I would be all for it, but just in terms of popularity and everything, you know, that goes behind a business, I don't see it, right? Same with Mineta. Honestly, I do see Mineta before, like, or Sugar Rush here. It's just, Mineta is known as a debuffing unit, and Bakugo is literally the definition of the best debuffing unit in the game. So I just don't see it being an Impact Fest unit. So, unfortunately, no. Mina, maybe if they would have released a UR Mina a year and a half ago. But since we just recently got a new Mina, there's no way that we get another one for Impact Fest. Unfortunately, I do think Mina could work. I think her quirk and just her overall abilities and just how she is, I feel like they could implement a pretty good version of her into the game. That's a really good Impact Fest, but unfortunately, I do not see that. Froppy, though. Sue. So this is where it's interesting. I don't see her being it at all, unfortunately. And that's mainly because, well, like I just said, the Celebration characters are missing a, like, hefty, crazy DPS powerhouse. And they could do another Sue, but not literally, but just recently had Fantasy Sue, right? But I just don't see them doing another powerhouse Sue or another powerhouse Froppy. I feel like they like to change it up, right? Like Bakugo kind of changed it up. Deku went from offensive last stand to a supportive unit. Fantasy Ochako went from supportive, great support unit to ridiculous, menacing DPS unit. In terms of just a hyper offensive powerhouse, I just don't see them making a second Sue be that character. As cool as that would be, or just having a different Impact Fest character or Celebrations character, I just don't see it, unfortunately. But I do see I see her before Tokoyami. I see most of these characters before Tokoyami, unfortunately. Okay, so this is who I think the number one choice is if they do continue with the Celebrations character, and that is Jiro. In terms of the other four, Sero, we got Kaminari, Kirishima, Ojiro. Unfortunately, I do not see them. Kaminari, or Kirishima, I should say. The main reason I don't think it's him is because he's always kind of built like as a defensive, like utility supportive unit. We just got a green one, who I know is not that good, but we did just get one. And B, they made Todoroki kind of built the way that he would have been built. So I just don't see them making an offensive or supportive Kirishima at all. So unfortunately, that's not the case. Sero and Ojiro, they did get URs. So I mean, at least they're getting that respect, right? Unlike other characters that haven't gotten URs yet. But in terms of just like sales and popularity, unfortunately, I don't think they would be, in their minds, a good choice as a Impact Fest, especially for 3rd anniversary. So I don't think those two are in. Kaminari, I could see them down the road if they continued the Celebrations route for another year. He could definitely be like one of the side releases, like for sure. But I just don't think he would be 3rd anniversary worthy. But Jiro. Now, Jiro, I do, actually. Jiro is very loved amongst the community. She's very, very good. Fantasy Jiro is still used to this day, and she's phenomenal. Christmas Jiro is very good. I do think that this Jiro has one of the best outfits in the game. I was discussing with somebody about this, too, and, you know, when they enlightened me about it, and it makes the most sense to me, too. I actually do think that if they do continue the Celebrations route for 3rd anniversary, that Jiro's probably the choice. And it might be a Jiro-Aizawa combination. Jiro and Aizawa. I could definitely see that being it, but I'm not too sure if they're going to follow this route. But if they do take the Celebrations route again, I could definitely see Jiro being the number one choice. I feel like they could make her broken. I mean, I'm a little bit worried because she kind of works like Celebrations Momo. So maybe they won't release her now that I think about that, because I guess the kits would be pretty damn similar. Maybe Momo was the replacement for Jiro. Maybe they're gonna like keep switching it up for however how long this game goes. So the next Impact Fest for 3rd Annie will be Momo line, the next one will be Jiro, and those keeps back and forth. Maybe that's what they're planning. But this is a beautiful outfit. I feel like this would be a great choice to be a new character, but yeah. I don't know. Not too sure what they're planning, but if they go the Celebrations route, I would expect this character to be in. Or this one. So, my final choice of who I think the Celebration unit's going to be. So, first would be Jiro, 3rd would be Aizawa, and 2nd to me is actually Ida. So, the main reason I think it's Ida is because, tell me the last time we got an Ida. And Ida's not no slump. He's pretty damn popular in this show. If my mind, is remembering correctly, I think the last Ida we got was Fantasy Ida. I'm pretty damn sure we have not gotten an Ida since. Which is crazy to me, right? It's like a year and a half of this boy. So just for that reasoning behind or alone, I could definitely see Ida being the next character to come out. The reason I put Jiro ahead of him is just because of sales power. I just think Jiro's would do better. I even think Aizawa would, but Aizawa he's got the red banner Aizawa, who's cracked. Insane, ridiculously good. And I just think because of that, I would put Ida ahead of him. I do think that's how it's going to be, though, if they continue this route. Jiro, Aizawa, Ida. Don't know the order, but those are the 3 next units for Celebrations. But yeah, I think Ida is definitely due for a new unit, and I think he deserves that respect, and I would love it. But only time will tell, right? And then other than him, of course, Mr. All Might. Do I think he deserves one? Freaking right I do. This is the strongest character in the show, you know, unless you read in the manga and all that, but like this All Might, when he had All for One, or One for All, like I hope they do like a spin-off series of showing him in his prime against Prime All for One. Like I want to see how this guy dished out, because this guy's crazy. Like I feel like he's just never represented well. Like, do you remember the little training arc where Bakugo and Deku had to like, I don't know if they had to beat All Might or get past All Might, and All Might, all he does is like punch the freaking air, and he blew down like 25 freaking buildings, and all he did is punch air. Like, this character deserves a broken Impact Fest release, and I know, I just don't get why. I don't get why he hasn't gotten that yet. I just don't. I feel like he's deserving of it, but he did just get a release, the DST one, which is personally not very good, and I love All Might. So I think he's worthy of one, but in terms of will he get one? No, just because he hasn't gotten one yet. So unfortunately, he is not on the list for possibilities. But anyways, in terms of celebrations, it would go either Ida, Aizawa, or Jiro. Don't know the order, but if I had to pick, Jiro would probably be the one coming up for third Annie. But yeah, so that's it for celebrations. So, I mean, I've been talking for 15 minutes. This is actually who I think the next celebration, or the next Impact Fest lineup's going to be. If they're not doing the celebrations route, I think they're going to go with these. So, this would be sick. I would be so pumped for this. So, for those that don't have Twitter, I'm here to inform you about this, or maybe you've just heard it in the news, but recently, My Hero Academia, I believe, sold, right, 100 million copies of the manga, which is absurd. Congratulations, Hero is goated. I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. If you're reading the manga right now, it is gone crazy. I'm caught up on that completely, and it's just bizarre. Anyways, so they hit 100 million, and they tease these outfits. And to follow up their original tweet here, right here is actually some of the coolest news ever. The original illustration and the costumes depicted in it are scheduled to be implemented in My Hero Ultra Rumble and My Hero Ultra Impact. So, how freaking cool would it be to get a brand new lineup of these characters as a third anniversary? And I might be being biased here because I love All Might and Deku, but Deku's outfit is my favorite outfit in the game. It's up there. It's my favorite Midoriya outfit, that's for sure. And the big three, Todoroki and Bakugo, look phenomenal in this. All Might's got a skin too. Lemillion's not got like a fancy outfit on, but I'm sure they could make something up there. I feel like this would start off with a bang. I feel like this would be sweet. Now, they could just throw this in a memory, which I also was thinking about, and I would hate that. I really hope they don't take that path. I hope they make them brand new characters in this game. I feel like that would be just so cool. And I think it's deserving, right? 100 freaking million sales. You wanna celebrate in the best way you can. There's not many hero titles out there, so why not give us brand new, shiny characters to really represent them sales? Like the success, I guess, of My Hero Academia. Not just a memory, because let's be honest. If a free-to-play memory is handed out to us, other than slapping it on your game screen when you load the game, you're not going to get much usage out of it, right? I want these to be characters. I want them to be the next lineup of Impact Fest characters. There's 5 of them, right? You have 5 right here. There was 5 celebration characters. Let's continue that trend. 5 characters, spread them out. Makes it easier for everybody to obtain new characters. We get a freaking All Might, finally. Deku would start off the 3rd anniversary with a bang. We did have Season 7 just released last week or 6 days ago, right? So, I mean, the hero is hyped up again right now. The manga is, like, I'm not going to say where it is and what's going on, but it's crazy right now. Drop brand new characters from My Hero Ultra Impact. You know, please all the players that play this game still frequently. I feel like this is the best path that they could take. In terms of just success, continuing the game's survivability, maybe, I don't know, branch out to another game. I feel like this would be great. I feel like this is the best way to go. So this is what I'm leaning towards now being the 3rd anniversary drop. And I really hope that's true. I really hope that's the way they go. This would be so freaking cool to me. So, well, I mean, it's the 10th right now of time. Well, at the time of recording. This is the May 10th. And I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we're going to get information on it pretty soon. A data download within the next few weeks. And then we'll find out then. But yeah, this is now what I am, like, final answer, my guess. Maybe I'm just hoping more than, like, for sure thinking this is final guess. But this lineup right here. Start with Deku. If you want to drop 2 at a time, go Deku, Bakugo, you go right ahead. Or Deku All Might. Or Todoroki, Bakugo, I don't care. The reason I didn't say Todoroki first there is because he just came out. He's a recent celebration unit, so I don't see him dropping. But the other ones I could. So I feel like this is now what it's going to be. So anyways, I'm going to call it there. Let me know who you think the 3rd anniversary unit's going to be. Overall, a summary, if you skipped right to the end, these are my number 1 choices, who I think are going to be the 3rd anniversary going forward. Out of these, specifically, Deku plus a partner, probably Deku and Bakugo. I want to say Deku All Might. It should be Deku and All Might, just because we did just recently get a celebration as Bakugo. Or not recently, but not too long ago. So Deku All Might would make more sense to me, or even Deku and Lemillion. But it could just be Deku by himself, for all I know, right? But yeah, this is who I think. And then if it's not them, it would go Jiro. Where is it? Jiro, then Ida, and then Aizawa. So, anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Let me know down below who you think it's going to be. Give me your ideas of characters you want it to be, right? Or give me, if you think I'm wrong, let me know why. Let me know anything, right? I like reading the comments and, you know, responding and giving my own feedback to them. So, anyways, thank y'all for watching. Take care. Have a good one. Hopefully we get some pretty crazy characters for 3rd Annie. But until then, have a good day. Tokus out.